we are here. Joe is here.
Hi.
Fairvilla is here. Oh, Tom's camera's out. Look at that. It looks as if you are gone.
Oh, okay.
I'm gonna do it. I'll do a magic trick. I'll do the funny magic trick. Hold on. Let me stop my lo-fi music here.
I was digging the music, actually.
You know, it's all AI.
Made me want to spend money.
I'm not proud of that. Let's go in here. I'm going to deactivate his camera, and then everybody say, hello, Tom.
Hello, Tom.
There he is.
All right.
Got him. All right. DeBerry Joe wants to know if there is a Fairvilla discount code. I don't think we have one.
Yes, you do.
Oh, we do? Oh, we do have one.
You do.
I knew that.
TD15, actually. I think we announced it at the Sanford Street Party.
Okay.
Yeah, but TD15.
Well, I need to have that burned into my brain.
Yeah.
TD15.
I tell you
All
what,
right.
I'm going to send it up to you. We'll get some stickers made.
All right.
Well,
TD15.
But yeah,
Great
for all the
question.
Tom and Dan listeners, thanks for asking.
Good question,
Yeah,
Joe.
any
Man,
location.
We have not been promoting that as well.
I'm I was gonna say I'm gonna butt fuck it now, but I'm on brand. DeBerry Joe, thank you for being on brand. Thank you for helping our sponsor. That does help our sponsors.
Yeah.
Like, how are we supposed to do a good job if we're not beating the drum of the TD15?
And what up, DeBerry Joe? That's my neighborhood. Hey, say hi next time you're in
Well,
Dixie.
he's actually in Charleston now.
Oh,
Yeah,
wow.
it's just his
Following his
nickname
heart.
is DeBerry Joe. His actually name is not Joe.
No.
Which I always thought it was
It's
Joe.
not Joe.
And I'll always
I
call
just
him
thought
Joe.
we were going to
Yeah.
be friends, but apparently DeBerry Joe's a fake.
No, he's
Not from DeBerry, not named Joe?
All of that is fake, but he is an authentically good human. I'll give him that.
Aw, you know, most of your listeners are.
I think so. We only have a.
We're making great friends.
I noticed you said most, and you're talking about EJ. Embarrassment.
And also, Cadillac Pat had a lot of complaining about DeBerry Joe on the cruise.
Yeah, they
He was
fought.
like, they
fought.
They didn't fight.
I think it's a spotlight fight.
yeah, because they're both
Because
part
when
of
you
our
have
team.
when you have people that we have a team called the Our Team, and they're just the whack packers that we have that kind of connect themselves to our show because they have mental problems, and people with mental problems love fame.
Oh, I follow y'all on Facebook. I see your people.
Mental problems, fame. Britney Spears. Mental problems, fame. Britney Spears.
I mean, we all
DUI.
have a meltdown
She
eventually.
just got a DUI today.
Did she
Just now. Just last night, actually. 9:30
You know, maybe
last
that's
night.
just to take the heat off of Justin
She
Timberlake.
well, that's what I thought. That was the fact that I said to Tom, I go, what are the odds that he would sue on Monday to stop that video from being released, and then on Wednesday she gets a DUI?
Yeah.
Was she
Proof
thinking
that
about
she
it?
still loves him.
That's what I thought. Fuck! I'm gonna get all my cursing out, Joe. I'm gonna talk about this tomorrow with Savannah. I'm gonna bring this up. What if?
Good idea.
Because you could make a play here, and this is my initial warm-up play. You could make a play here that truly crazy people that are still in love with Justin Timberlake, you're acting out. You're doing something. You want to be like him. You want to be with him. How can you be with him in your crazy mind? You think,
wanna
I got to get a DUI too.
Or you want to protect him and recognize that if you do something dumb, you can take the heat off of
You
him.
can take the heat off of
Yeah,
his
that's
video
what Disney
through
kids
your
do.
own.
They've been doing it their whole
So
think
you're
about
saying
it.
your argument is that Britney did this to protect Justin because she still
Absolutely.
cares about him.
Absolutely.
Fuck, that's good.
Yeah,
I got all
thanks.
my cursing out, I promise. That's good, Joe. That's pretty good.
But the media will put his video and her video.
Next to each other. Yeah.
We need them both greedy.
A mashup.
Then we'll put a song to it, and then the internet will be
Bye,
like,
bye, bye.
I mean,
We're
you
like-
know.
Did it again.
I mean, I honor Jessica Biel. She's put in the time. She's done the babies and all this stuff. But your first love is always
That
a thing.
Jessica Biel Nylon was the magazine Nylon. She did a naked right before she went, like she closed doors from like not doing much anymore.
Yeah.
She did a photo shoot in Nylon magazine where she is standing like a crow bird in a sink with her titties out. I have it burned in my brain. I have it burned in my
that's
brain.
on the internet?
You want to see it?
Oh, yeah.
Just
Come on,
said-
Joe's here.
Dr. Google. That's
on.
all right. I'd be into that. That's a big deal. Yeah. You know who else is hot? The best ass, I think, on like media. Jessica Alba.
Oh, yeah.
Dude,
Right? You remember
do I have a photographic pervert memory or what the fuck?
All right, you got to best
Okay.
your
The
last
only
one.
things
It's
in
side-
my brain
it's a
are
side boob.
I only remember dumb things.
I mean, her in a sink. I get it though.
How did I know she was
No,
in the
there's
sink?
there's some other breast illusion happening there.
My God.
Yeah, you should Google that one.
That's a good photo. That's a good photo. All right. Good warm up.
All right,
Good
all right.
warm up. All right.
We should have talked about that on the show.
Yeah. We can. We can.
We can do it again.
All right. Would you like to start?
Yep.
Here we go. In 3, 2.
Welcome to Corporate Time with Tom and Dan. I'm Tom.
I am Dan. We're live on Twitch and YouTube. Come on over and hang out. Our YouTube channel is growing. It's great. We got all kinds of great edited videos of the show to catch you up to speed. If you want to watch the live stream of the show every Monday through Friday, we go live right around 10 a.m. You can join us, jump in the chat room, and kind of put us on to. We'll work with you. That's a new thing now, and this is an actual thing online, and there is actual real science behind this. But they have done studies that if you put us in your top right-hand corner of your desk, of your desktop, rather, on your computer, and just kind of have us working along with you in the background, you will be more productive. If you do that with your wife in the room, like if you're able to work on your laptop with your wife in the room, having her in the room for certain people can amplify your productivity just because there's another human in the room.
Really?
It's an age-old, like, kind of woven inside hunter-gatherer. Well, no, it's almost like a tribal thing. Like we're doing.
Like you work harder with other people.
Yeah,
Indeed, that is actually.
thing.
I just listened to a thing this morning about that. That is actual science. So I would
Is that why
urge you.
Gary Vaynerchuk like keeps his offices all open?
Maybe so.
There you go. I'm
Gary,
about it.
I used to watch Gary when he was the wine guy and didn't have hair.
I'm a V fan.
Yeah. You like the V? You like Gary V?
You like the V?
Well, I'm like,
He loves the V, but he loves Gary
every
V
time
even
he
more.
says something, I'm like, oh, what do you know?
Yeah.
yeah.
And lately, he's been less businessy and more like,
Yeah, he's all
"Hey, man."
inspiring.
Yeah, he's been like, hey, man, do you.
Yeah.
And only you. You're good enough, bro. And I'm like,
He
what
like-
happened to
Make the money.
What happened to take all the money, Gary? What are we doing here now? The message is changing.
Also, I don't know what that means. What the hell? Tell me what to do.
I don't even know who I
Oh,
am.
the self-work.
Tell me what to do to get rich.
Did you introduce our guest?
Sorry, Joe from Fairville Megastore is here. How you doing,
Oh
Joe?
my God! I threw my cane at you. Can you
I'm
hand me
so
my
used
cane?
to
I'm
it.
sorry.
I
I didn't mean to. throw-
Fairvilla, one of the sponsors of our
sorry.
BDM Appreciation Week, which is coming up. Our $5 BDM shirts are on the website right now.
Yeah, go snag them.
I
You
need to
could
get
order
one of
them.
those.
And
I'll get you one.
Thanks.
And then our actual BDM Appreciation event is April 11th. All BDMs will get the invite. They already have, but we'll continually send it out. And even up until day before, you could, sign up to become a BDM and then just email us, and then we will send you the information for the party.
Yep.
And Fairvilla will be out there, and you'll be getting some gifts from Fairvilla if you ordered a $5 shirt.
Indeed.
So thank you very much, Joe, for sponsoring the BDM
always
Appreciation
love
event.
to.
Thank you guys, and thanks to Fairville Megastore.
So, Joe, what's been going on? I know Valentine's Day is your Black Friday at Fairville, right?
Yeah, so we've been taking a little time to like vacation, kind of get our head back, right? The whole team. But I just want to say thank you because, honest to God, yet again, Orlando just showed up. Red was the most phenomenal Fairville event that I've had the opportunity to participate in, and I think my team would second that. We broke records. We had maybe
were-
fire code, but we're not talking about it.
Impressive photos from people that I've seen going out. There was a lot of folks.
It was amazing.
And
They
more than
dressed
that, they
for
were
the
on
event.
brand. They
Yeah.
listened to the directions and they
Yes.
executed the the idea.
Yeah. Our VIP was spectacular. I want to give mad props to Winter Park Distillery and Tony Wiggins Cigar Company. They came out just for the love and fun to serve whiskey and cigars, and it was just a spectacular event. We had a really good time in the red room. So the VIP structure.
Tom has a
was
red
good
room of
time.
pain.
Yeah. You know what we introduced that you guys
you
will
and
love?
you and Penn Jillette both have a red room of pain.
Well, and therein lies the branding. So you're on point. Yeah. But two things we introduced that were super cool. One of them was the Temptation tent. This is something everybody's talking about because it was you were blindfolded before you went inside.
What?
You had earphones, noise canceling earphones that went on you, and some blessed human touched
Oh, that sounds
you.
like when we kidnapped Maduro.
And then you were in this dark space where all you could do was feel around you and listen to the sounds. And the line for that never went down. It was spectacular.
So it's like a sensory kind
It
of
was absolutely a
Hold on,
sensory
what's
tent.
in there?
Yeah.
What am I
I
feeling?
can't tell you. We'll come back out with it. But
It's
you
in
were
my hand and a
literally
bowl of spaghetti.
Yeah.
Like, it's worms. And I was like, oh,
but
worms,
when you
I'm so
think
horny.
about we looked for textures, right? So there was rose petals and metal. I mean, it was all kinds of fun, fabulous things up there. But the second thing was the confession tent, and I want to give it out to Orlando because again, you walked in, and it had this amazing. It was the confessional, and you walked in and on a.
my grandma.
All right, we did.
It's too far.
Luckily, nobody did that. No, they told us about it anyway. But they
Pushed
did
her
put
down the stairs.
some of their really fun fantasies on these red Post-it notes. notes, and you could go in and read them, let alone write your own. And it was completely anonymous. So if you go to fairvilla.com, some of them are actually listed on there.
Whoa, that's fun. That's naughty. I like that.
Yeah, it was good.
Did you see? Someone wrote a book on this, by the way, where they
The Post Secret book?
Yeah, they published a book
Like
of
20 years ago, Grandpa.
Okay,
well, I
it was
just
a
made
movement.
my wife got it. I'm like, what the hell is this? So someone wrote basically their own secrets or their like kinks or
I think
anything they wanted.
I think well, in the book you're talking about, they put out a call for people to share some secrets, and people would overshare almost, and that's kind of what you were doing, a smaller version of that here, right?
Did you see any crazy ones?
I mean, they were good ones like, I'm not sure I'm in the right relationship. I want to go farther than my partner does.
Yeah.
I've always wanted to have a threesome. Like, it was really...
Well, everybody thinks that show.
Well,
Those are all
I
dudes.
mean,
Those
it
are all
was-
guys. Every one of those are guys.
It was actually those
No.
none of those
Oh.
none of those were from, but that was the fun part, is that they were really all kind of, yeah, the chicks were having a good time. When you put ladies alone, they will say things they might not say in public.
Oh,
so.
yeah. My wife
really
told me that one
spectacular.
time. My wife
Yeah.
went away like to Applebee's one time with some of her girlfriends and came home and said they discussed my penis size. I'm like, what the hell were you doing?
Yeah,
What is
girls'
going
bathrooms.
on there?
Girls' bathrooms, I swear, are grosser than guys' bathrooms. Any bars.
You
it's-
guys
it's
go
a real deal.
hard,
yeah.
man.
But I also, mad props. The music was spectacular. I mean, just the atmosphere. We had a host MC. Jake came in, Sasha Yevgenovich, who was a storyteller. We had the Vixens who do, Les Vixens. I mean,
Nice.
they're spectacular. So it was just, it was an amazing night. But and so we've all been kind of recuperating from that. It's been great. Now we're into the spring season, and so we're in the middle of doing all the pretty things.
Do you have to
and
churn the store? Is that
We
like...
flip.
When is
Yeah.
the biggest? I've always thought about this, especially after your, kind of, is this an exiting of festival time, or is this the big? Where are we at in festival time for
So
you guys?
festival comes back end of summer for us. It actually kind of kicks
So
off
you're almost
around
getting-
back to school.
So even now, people, it's never too early to start planning
No.
what you want to get
What you want to
together.
wear. And now's a really good time to get the good colors.
Okay.
Because our stores really do color up this time, which
Okay.
is really fun. I want to say something, though, that I think that the other thing we focus on around this season, so in spring, 3 things really focus on. Number 1, we just revamped our website for the first time in decades.
Congrats.
Okay.
Thank you, fairvilla.com.
We know how hard that is. We're in the middle of that
Yeah.
ourselves, and that is a chore.
Yeah, team's been working on it for almost a year, but it's an amazing lifestyle resource with all the fun things. You want to spend some time on it. So we're having a really good time just kind of getting to know our website this month. April is Women's Wellness Month, and if I could, we're so excited because we're doing an event with Colette.
Oh,
yeah.
sweet.
Yeah.
that's
So
awesome.
it's Sanford, our hometown. We're going to do a great event that's, again, women's wellness, a ladies' night, but really focusing in on the cost of quiet and the things that women may not talk about and should. So
We're
that's
gonna
really
teach you how to
good.
keep your monkey fresh. I don't know why I
mean-
said that. I just was trying to make you laugh.
I mean, it's a thing, hygiene is a thing. So, but yeah, it's a really fun, safe, great way for women to just kind of gather and learn stuff. So that's in April. But the other thing, and the reason why I'm bringing that up with the color as well, is because this is a great time for women to think about how they want to feel in their clothes come spring and summer. We're now ditching the sweaters and we're ditching the leggings and we're ditching the mom clothes and we're getting into our Florida funness. What do you want to look like, and how can we make your body feel confident where it
hang
is
it all
right
out.
now?
I
right?
say all ladies hang it all out.
I mean, there's a way to do it, but our Sanford store is a great place to play with that. But lingerie in all the places, and and I just want to say this, I'm a proud plus size mama. Our store really caters to women of all shape and size,
Agreed.
Yeah.
to people of all shape and size, as you guys know.
Yep.
But the lingerie this spring is spectacular.
It's hard. Okay, you know what? I'm glad you said that because we make so many jokes. It's very difficult for Tom and I to weigh in on the, hey, if you want to be confident and feel good in your lingerie, ladies, not really our thing, right?
Yeah, but I can say it all day.
But I will say there are, and all the sizes, and
Yeah.
and you guys have always done that.
Yeah.
I remember years and years and years and years ago, truthfully, Fairvilla would have been the only place that bigger ladies, full figure,
Yep.
ladies with the asses that we like,
Yeah.
could go and
Well
get.
said.
And could
Yeah.
go and get some of the more higher end.
Yeah.
They're not. it's not pret-a-porter or right off the rack type stuff.
Yeah.
Typically doesn't cater to your full figured ladies.
Yeah.
Fairvilla always has tried to have an option.
I want to give an ups to the industry though, because they're trying to pay attention as well, So the industry in general, but our purchasers really do keep an eye on what we get asked for, and especially out at
Right.
Secrets, it's one of the things we get asked for a lot. And so I just want a couple things with that. Number one, not only can you feel confident in whatever body you're in, but also think about what you're wearing outside of your clothes. Like a cute little bustier with a pair of jeans is a hot date night outfit, and we don't think past what's generally available conveniently. Ladies, this is not Amazon. Come in and do some shopping. Upgrade your Easter and spring wardrobe.
True.
Yeah,
It is
it's a
better in
good
person,
time.
too.
Yeah. Plus,
Yeah.
if you're
Just go
watching
there.
Bridgerton, you're really going to enjoy our
Tom,
stories.
you're a Bridgerton man, right?
I've seen.
I've got
Bridgerton.
Olivia.
I think
Olivia is on my finger right now. I'm celebrating her coming.
You know, I walked into my wife watching Bridgerton one time. I came down the stairs, and my wife's watching Bridgerton, and it was like some lady on a ladder, and then just some hot black dude getting naked. And I'm like, you're watching porno. I've seen this porno.
It is Cinemax only brought into the daylight.
Yeah, man.
English colonial porno.
Yeah. Look at how good looking that guy is. I know what
And
you're
they're
watching.
covering all the stories. I mean, we had a plus size hottie last season. We have a lesbian this season. I mean, there's exciting, Bridgerton is on point.
I
right
was
now,
waiting
so.
to see if you guys are going to have any, because you know that one of the hottest Halloween costumes this year, guys, girls, everybody's going to be heated rivalry. Without
Okay,
a doubt.
yeah.
Without a doubt, it's just going to be a thing.
The
I'm
gay
curious.
hockey show.
Gay hockey show.
All right.
Yeah, it's just going to be a thing.
I
Yeah.
can't wait to talk to purchasing, see what their plans are.
I bet you that will be a thing.
I don't
Whatever.
doubt it.
I don't know if they're using real teams or fake teams in the thing, but that'll be a thing, right?
Horror hockey's always a big deal. Like hockey zombies for some reason are a big deal.
Okay. I thought you said horror hockey. And I was like, oh
I
my
was like,
God.
oh my god! I thought of lingerie football.
This guy is my
This is
business
better.
partner. He's took it right out of my brain.
I saw it. I
I
saw
was like,
it.
I'm calling the Solar Bears right now.
I was like, get Mr. Bear on the line. He knows.
Also, you're missing out on a solar sponsorship. It's so perfect that every time I'm there, I'm like,
All right,
idiots.
if horror hockey comes into play, I want a piece of that, y'all. I just
So,
yeah.
I and Joe, I kind of wanted to go over this because I just briefly looked up, like, what are the top 20 fetishes that are like popular now, and just you're just curious.
Oh,
so,
the
like,
big one's got to be feet. It's always feet.
It's not.
It's not?
I mean, I'm sure that it ranks up there, probably top 10, top 5 maybe, but the first one is butt stuff.
yeah, okay, there's
Yeah.
yes that.
Oh, yeah.
Now
you know
the-
what? Right in front
And
of my nose.
it is our number one selling category for Valentine's Day. It is literally, it's the reason why we have a whole segment of the store. It's
Yeah.
So
it is a percent of our business.
so
God
this
bless the boating.
this
I hope it's
wasn't
2%.
this
No.
wasn't put into, like, I guess, popularity order.
Well done.
But the in the top 5 are impact play, which we
Yeah.
mentioned,
Yeah.
role playing,
Yeah.
feet fetish, the butt, and lingerie.
Yeah.
Which all that I'm sure Joe was like, that's pretty popular in Fairvilla.
Sure.
You know.
I'd throw in a few more, actually. I like the idea of impact play. There's the restraint issue, right? So there's that funness, the bondage piece.
Bondage is on there down
Yeah.
in the top 10.
Yeah.
And I saw that Fairvilla University in February had a class about ropes and tying
Yeah.
up
Yeah.
and bondage.
It's actually available online. You can go to fairvillauniversity.com and buy there's two classes. There's BDSM 101 if you want to have the conversation or you're interested in, like, what does that world even look like and how's that feel? And then the second one is we have rope tying 101 as well. So you can learn some knots.
I gotta see an introduction to felching.
Come on,
I don't even know what that
we
is.
don't have that
Yeah.
class.
I don't even know what
yeah,
that is.
stop
I'll probably
it.
have to
We're
edit
not-
that out.
I'm not talking about
Well,
it.
one of them in the top 10 that we just mentioned that was at a Fairvilla event was sensation play.
Yes.
And that's all about touch and feel. Like, that's where the feathers and the bumps.
I think that
Yeah,
waves.
the accessories.
Look,
Arm bumps.
we make a lot of jokes on this show because primarily, and we've had to preface this that's what the show's here for, right? We're trying to make you laugh. We're a dessert show. But I do feel, to make it serious, I do feel sometimes, because I don't feel like I have a clearly defined kink, and or something that I'm sort of into that might be a sex plus. Do you see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That I'm missing out. Do you see what I'm saying?
Of course,
I
I do
throw a
too.
lot of jokes, and I'm going to throw jokes, so please don't be offended by anything that I say. The reality is, for those of you that do have something that you specialize in, that you are into, whether it be silks, safe words, whatever it is, I do not villainize you at all. In fact, I am jealous of the fact that you are comfortable enough with yourself to do something that, maybe is joked about. Like, so, I just wanted that to be stated.
Exploring your own world.
I wanted that to be set out there for folks listening.
But here's the thing. I think you'd be willing to do them all.
Right?
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
If like Andrew came up to you with any of these lists.
Okay.
Yeah,
Let's roll
like a
one.
deck
Give me
of
something.
cards.
Give me one.
Like
Give me one.
you'd be like, hey, I'll do that.
Give me one.
I'll do one.
Okay, how about watching?
What, another man with my wife?
Or just her?
Couldn't do that.
Or
Cuckold.
just her. Just her.
Oh, yeah, I could do that all day
Okay,
long.
so voyeurism is a thing.
Yes, that's on here.
Oh, that's kind of...
See?
Voyeurism and exhibition.
Yes.
Is on
Showing
here.
off and paying attention.
Voyeurism is a good one.
Yeah.
That one, you know what? I don't ever think of that one. And as soon as you said it, I was like, oh, yeah, I would enjoy that.
So here's one that I
Interesting.
don't even know exactly what it means, but I guess I'm like I kind of have an orgasm control. So and then I think
That's a new
Edging.
branch.
It's called
That's a new
edging.
branch of our military now, right?
Oh.
Department of Orgasm Control.
so that's basically just controlling the finality.
Yes, you can. No, you can't.
Is that
Okay.
sort of like, so someone else is controlling when I can
Yeah,
get my pleasure?
edging, right? So
Edging.
you want to bring them as close as you possibly can and then stop it. And it can elongate things. It can bring frustration. You want to enjoy it, right?
The kids call it gooning.
It can be very fun. It can be a very fun way to extend play when you're allowing that to not fully take place immediately. Edging's fun. Yeah. And sensory play really comes into that too.
So the back half of this list of the top 20.
the back
You said
nine.
the back half.
The back nine, yeah.
The back 40 is what we call it.
Because I feel like we've talked about a lot of these, and it's like,
Yeah, but we got you past the front room, Tom. It took almost a year, but we did it.
I've got one. It's number 14 on the list called spectrophilia.
Whoa.
And it's you're into ghosts. And
Oh, that's Dan Aykroyd. That's called the Dan Aykroyd.
That made the top 20. Like
That
the
made-
moment you said it, I'm like, okay, well, that probably tracks
And
with
this
today's
is probably
world.
I think he's probably Chat GPT, and this is the latest list out there. This is
That's
brand
what I'm
new.
saying, yeah.
Ghost coming in hot.
And can you think of any product that has ever like lend itself towards
Sure.
spectrophilia? That
Oh my God. Okay, so what a weird, strange question. Thank you so much.
What are you having?
And-
Are you making love to a ghost right now?
we couldn't see.
My God.
And the fact that, what excited me is because it brings us into a backside of our room that a lot of people don't talk about. And so,
The ghost
like,
room?
maybe
My
it is
God,
a-
I can't even. There's,
But,
there's nothing in here.
like-
it's filled with dildos.
But that sensory play, you put a blindfold on and play with an electrostim.
Okay, all right.
Right? Or a blindfold in anything, even just slime and 2 fingers can feel very ectoplasmic. And we do
I
even
see
we
cooler.
have
That's what
we
they
have
called me
the
in high
ghost
school.
Ecto-cooler.
we have the Ghostbusters
Slimy
green
2-finger.
slime lube. Which could really, so if you're into that, no, I got excited because I got to automatically think about things that we don't normally talk about.
Okay, all right. So,
I'm sorry. Tom killed me with slimy 2 fingers. I'm dead. I'm dead.
And we're back to the hockey
so
jersey.
what was the electric thing called?
The electrostem.
We
So
played
it
with that.
literally,
We played with that at the night when Les Vixens.
Oh yes, I was
Oh.
at
We
Halloween.
went in the back,
Yeah,
remember?
yeah.
And then Andrea
Yeah.
was shocking me good.
Yes.
All right, all right.
Yeah.
So you can do that almost like
It's
like,
a neon wand. So you can, the electrostem and the neon wand are 2 different things, actually. But that whole kind of sensory play where it sparks interest.
yeah.
See what I did there?
I did.
But they do have very soft touch, which would really speak into that. And they show really cool. So if you're into that, you've got that purple glow in a space rather than
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
it's cool. Yeah.
So
I
another
really never thought about that. That's so fun.
No, you did good.
I'm gonna go back to the store and be like, what else do we have?
Yeah, that's
So-
pretty all. You need to set up a ghost
I see a
display.
social post. Yeah.
We need a ghost display. Stat.
so
Spectrophilia.
there's
So cool.
There's two of these on the list
Okay.
that it's not really a product per se, but I'm curious if Joe has anything in mind in Fairvilla that would go along with this category.
Trying to cover the base.
And one of them is psychological play,
Oh,
and
totally.
and then the other one is erotic humiliation, which is and I
Look
read
at
the
how
description.
small you are. You
Yeah.
pathetic, horrible businessman.
But
Yeah.
but beyond that, there's gag balls.
Okay,
There's,
that's part of it,
right.
all right.
Yeah, sure. Again, the blindfold situation, the restraint,
That's mine,
and
dude.
how you use
Slimy two fingers
some
and
of
gag
that.
balls.
A lot of that is direction. That part, the humiliation, a lot of that is direction. But there's definitely accessory. There's definitely costuming.
Okay.
There's definitely yeah. So come upstairs into the second and a half floor and play.
Psychological.
And
Is
so
that role played? Is that
So yes and no. It's kind of like, well, it's like, yes, that can be a version of that. That probably encompasses a whole lot of things.
role plays are actually a totally
A
different category.
thing. Yeah.
Fair.
But like that blindfold and the sound, the noise canceling headphones, you literally are putting somebody into subspace immediately without having, they don't know anything that's happening around them.
Right.
You then control their sensory environment, and that becomes very psychological. If you have a blindfold on and you can't hear anything and all of a sudden you feel a feather, it may not feel like a feather. Or you feel a Wartenberg wheel, it may feel like a neon wand. I mean, some of those.
a Wartenberg wheel? Oh my God! What are we making cheese now? What are we doing?
I love.
Oh my
So, do you
God.
not know the Wartenberg?
What
Okay,
is
I'm gonna
that?
have to bring
Stone
you
ground
guys.
oats? Use the Wartenberg wheel. I need to ground these oats, ma'am,
No,
for
it's
my
this
daughter's
little.
breakfast.
You've probably seen them in your doctor's office.
A Wartenberg
Yeah,
wheel? I
they-
just see
they-
it's just a head, and
they-
you take the pieces out. He's got the nasal cavity in there. I'm playing with it.
They're metal tools, although we do have them. I saw a black one like that was heavy plastic the other day. It was beautiful. But it has the spikes all around them, and you literally just roll it up someone's dermis in any way, shape, or form. But it looks spiky, so it kind of feels. You think it's going to be scary. It doesn't. Light or heavy. It's a really neat small accessory. $20 can really play with and upgrade your
Wartenberg
experience.
wheel.
Yeah.
Huh.
Learn
yeah.
something every day. Put me down
Oh,
for
the
one.
Wartenberg. That everyone should have one. Everyone should have one.
Almost sounds like a sensory massage / massagey type.
If you ask your doctor for one, they use it to check nerves a lot in the legs. So if you literally
Okay.
next time you go in for a checkup, say, "Do you have one of these?" But we have really sexy ones that make fun play.
SJ in our chat room, we love SJ, says that maybe at one point you could bring in some sensory toys and we'll blindfold ourselves and she can shock us crazy. And then we can try and figure it out. I don't know.
That's a great
You never
idea.
know. You never know. Sometimes just throwing the idea out there, we've burned it already.
Listen.
And by the way,
You're gonna come do a remote somewhere. Maybe that's something we look into.
yeah. Yeah,
We'll
yeah.
pull out the temptation tent when you guys come.
So
I'll go in.
So
I'm
Joe, correct me if I'm wrong here.
Your setups are great.
Well, we're wrong a lot. That's why he says
Yeah.
that.
So I feel like every one of these, and some people may be like, "No way, I'm not." But every one of these is a spectrum, right?
Sure, yeah.
So just like everything's a spectrum, and then there's maybe some part of each of one of these that people could enjoy. They just never tried it.
There you go.
And not that you're into this, and obviously some people are higher in the spectrum where this is their thing and they only can get off with this thing. But there's certain amount of these things where people can tell themselves I don't enjoy being blindfolded and having sensory stuff, and you probably do. Your brain, there's something in every human brain that
There's a
enjoys
vulnerability to
some
it.
of that,
Yeah.
and even the dom and submission part of this.
Sure.
There's a version of this that I think everybody kind of likes in some way, and then all this stuff there's mild versions of this that you could be interested in, or that could be pleasurable to you. You just never tried it.
Well, it almost goes
because I can look at all this and be like, I'll try it.
No, I think you're right. Yesterday, I can tie this into another celebrity who was talking a little bit about openly about her sex life yesterday. What you're describing is just the spectrum, the variations of sex. Candace Cameron, very conservative.
Great example.
But she just came out yesterday and said that when she has sex with her husband, she can't really ever have sex with her husband unless all the kids are gone out of the house. Just can't do it.
It makes sense because you
can't
can't
get into
release.
it at all.
You
She
can't.
can't be into it. So if you think about that, that is a very, very uptight opposite end of what you're kind of talking about. The people that are using these wheels and everything else, they're just way on the other end. But she's so far on the opposite direction, she can't even get off with other humans in her house for fear that they might hear her of some sort.
Well, you're talking about two different things, which I find really exciting, and thank you for that. One of those things is I think the word kink has it's given us some sense of weird. We have this expectation in our head. Well, think about when I immediately say that word. You know what visuals come to your brain?
Dirty.
What goes, and so immediately people don't want to associate themselves with that. It came with some level of shame. And the truth is, and somebody said that to me. I'm like, I don't see myself that way, but I certainly enjoy a spectrum of liveliness because the same thing over and over again. We don't want to eat in the same restaurant over and over again. Yeah, so why not use new spices? You know,
I was gonna make the analogy. It is kind of like food. Like you may not like a certain food, but a version of it you probably do.
Yeah, sure.
You know, because there could be every version of like, you know, like, oh, I hate this, and it's like, yeah, I bet you there's some version of this.
I love Thai food, but I don't like the stuff that makes my mouth swell. Like I don't want that kind of heat.
You don't want spicy Thai,
so
but you want Thai food.
So you might enjoy a little restraint, but you don't want to be tied up and hung upside down and never be able to get out. You know what I mean?
I'll give you a great example. I hate black olives except for one way. I'll eat the hell out of them on pizza.
Yeah.
It's a great example.
The flavor.
So you don't hate them?
No, I can never say that I truly hate them because I will wolf them down on pizza.
But I really want to bring up one more thing when you talked about Cameron, which I think is important, and I love that you brought this out because so many of us who are type A personalities leading in our world, right? We drive the process every day. Releasing ourselves to moments like this becomes a difficult situation. And the truth is, a lot of people who enjoy some of the more dramatic are type A personalities because it's the only way that they can totally let go. So when you allow yourself to experience that level of vulnerability, subspace is a real thing. It's a high all in its own. And you can get that from not just,
almost just by acquiescing.
Exactly.
Just
but that vulnerability is
hard.
Not easy. Yeah. Especially when you're new with a partner, right? That's not something that you never, I would never jump into a new relationship and be like, oh, please attach me to the bedspread. You don't.
Right.
There's a trust. There's a level of trust. That's where safe words come in. So, but I do want to encourage people who are in a controlling situation to find a way to release. You'll experience a new magic.
How many, because I know we're going to get out of here soon. But how many,
great conversation.
Do you ever get any really, really, because I just think it would be super cute to see some really old people walking to Fairvilla.
Okay. The reason I have this job. This is
I just think that would be awesome to see.
No, the reason I have this job happened because I went to a class that I audited that it was Fairvilla University and it was BDSM 101 as a matter of fact.
Okay.
And our educators always ask the question, why are we here? What do we want to learn today? And the first several people said, I want to learn how to tie up my girlfriend. And our educator was brilliant. And she said, well, this is the wrong class for that, but we have a class that can help you. And then this one lady, 65 years old, she was in our front row and she said, I'm 65. My husband died 10 years ago, and I just started dating a little while ago, and my boyfriend is 10 years younger and wants me to be able to do things that I haven't yet experienced, and I want to learn so that I feel more comfortable with him in the bedroom. She was in that class by herself, and I thought, this is a conversation I'm here for. Hello, Orlando. We're going to make everyone feel comfortable.
And they said, you there, sir. Why are you here? And I said, I'm Dan Dennis, and I'm here to tie up old ladies.
And she did not go home alone. Yeah.
I ain't stopping until I've tied up every old woman in Orlando.
But the point is, there's something for everyone at every age of an age of consent and safety. We're in good shape.
What a cute woman out there living her life. God bless her.
Yeah.
So out of all of them
she
on the
still
list,
comes to our parties. I love her.
That's cute.
This is the weirdest one, and I'll say weirdest, and you shouldn't say it's judgy.
No, but you're in a safe space.
It's uncommon.
I'll say the most unique. That I hadn't heard anybody talk about. Okay. But now I think about it, it kind of makes sense. And it's verophilia, and it's cannibalism. And it's like the kink.
We have to end on that.
You're ending the
with
weirdest
all
one.
the pizza parties and bullshit going on right now.
I've looked at this before, and normally it's simulation. It's the simulation.
Of course.
I know. Yeah.
I mean, we serve sushi off of naked bodies at our parties.
So then that's a spectrum of this, right? And then even biting and like just
That's
like,
real.
Like obviously biting safely biting
Yeah.
someone, like that's real. And I'm like, well, that probably is on the spectrum of like, yeah, no one really wants to eat the flesh of another human, but the idea of like biting, consuming, like there's
It's
a
like an ultimate taboo type of thing you're dipping your toe in.
and here's what I think. You think further into this, like there's a thing that moms have where when their babies are really small,
And nibble on their butt.
yes, they want to eat them up.
I still like it when people nibble on my butt.
Yes, and then I'm like, that's probably a version of this whole thing where it's like
Okay.
you want to bite them and whatever, and then it's
Yeah.
like it goes into some kink at a weird thing where it's like it's not weird, but it's like the kink is all
you know
involved.
what's
in
funny?
this.
The whole
Huh?
chat room lit up with ladies that said they want to eat their babies.
Yeah, no,
Like moms
that's
that
a
are
thing.
like- yeah,
that
it is like a
or
thing.
Crystal, like you want to
Yeah.
bite their butt, you want to
Yeah, nibble on their feet.
You want to bite their cheeks. Crystal's like, I want to bite Max's cheeks.
Somebody's calling it cuteness aggression.
Ah, I like that.
Yeah, and so and I'm
Okay,
like,
we'll put that down as a kink.
I
Why
like
not?
it,
Why not? Or excuse
sure,
me,
yeah.
as a quirk.
yeah,
as
yeah, and there's a kink.
As
like,
something we enjoy.
Something
Let's put
we-
it
yeah.
all in the sugar bowl.
There you go.
And that's
That's a
probably-
variation of fun.
So
Yeah. It's a candy salad.
And if you explore all these things where you never even probably associated it with pleasure of any sort, and then you're like, well, maybe I wouldn't like that, and you have no idea. And what the shame of it is, you could go your whole life without even knowing there's something that brings
That
you
you
pleasure,
like, yeah.
without exploring it,
Yeah.
right? You just go, because you always just do the same old thing, and then you go through your whole life doing the same old thing, and you never explored anything, and then that's it. And a lot of people live their life that way.
Plain
And
it's
that is literally to close this. That is why I invite you to come experience the thrill that is 16,000 square feet of Fair Villa.
Yeah.
Because truthfully, we don't yuck anybody's yum, even though we brought up some really interesting things here today.
Well, there are no stupid questions either. It's the
There are
safest
none.
place to ever address
Correct.
any sexual question
Yeah.
you have would be Fairville.
And you're going to be talking to people who have gone through training and know things and know words and talk to people every day. So there's no shame in the conversation.
And they've seen it all. So
I mean,
if you
it's a
think that
great
what you're
place to
bringing
learn.
to them is crazy,
Yeah,
you're
yeah.
not even close.
Yeah, yeah.
You're
I
not
don't
even
think you
close.
can shock anybody
Trust
at
me, you're
Fair
not.
Villa.
You're just not.
Yeah.
I would like to think that there are things that still shock. Like that,
No.
the last one that you landed on, I was like, oh, please don't know everything, Joe. But it's true that there are things that we're learning about ourselves and about each other every day, and Fair Villa is a beautiful playground for that.
All right, let's give them the rundown of where people can find Fair Villa. Of course, you want to go to the Megastore. If you're planning a date night,
Great.
I think it's a great.
Or a girl's day out.
True.
Or you want to test your new partner.
True. I mean, I think it'd be fun, even if you just had nothing to do on a Friday night and you're like, hey, we're going to try that new pizza place. You swing through there, you eat, then when you're done eating, swing by there.
Yes.
Yeah.
And you'll be
Also,
doing-
420 culture. Don't forget that.
Yeah.
Pay
Yeah,
some,
yeah,
you know,
Yeah, but the Megastore on OBT, it's amazing. It's
Thank you.
humongous, and you should go there and check it out, especially if you need lingerie festival wear. It has the largest selection you will ever find.
Yeah. Sanford also, though, is apparel and festival wear heavy.
Yep.
So,
yeah. And there's locations. I mean, we're talking iDrive and Secrets Hideaway and Kissimmee and Palatka. All the locations are over on the coast.
Yep, Cape Canaveral.
Yeah, Cape Canaveral. You can go to fairvilla.com and then go
Find
through
all
their
your store locations.
brand new website.
There you go.
March, there's like buy two, get one free hosiery.
Oh, the Club F deals. Yeah,
Club
make
F.
sure.
Yeah,
Mhm.
and when you sign up to Club F, you also get
Free massage cream this
yeah,
month.
free cream.
Oh,
Yeah.
my free cream. I'm Tom Van, and I'm here for my free cream. You said I didn't have to buy anything. Free cream. You were such
Actually,
a-
you got to sign up for Club F to get your free cream, but we're about it.
Oh, my God. You sign up Tom Van, sign up Club F, you get the free cream.
I love it.
Joe, thanks so much for coming by. I really
It is
appreciate
so
it.
fun hanging out with you, my
Oh,
dear.
yeah.
Thank you
Yeah.
so much for
Thanks,
coming
everybody.
in and making us laugh.
Yeah.
And we will be right back.
Yep.
All right, that is funny.
That was
super
great.
funny. Do you want to finish this
Yeah,
out?
we'll finish off with some voicemails.
All right, guys.
I
I'm
liked
gonna
not being. I liked not having a script. That really worked.
I'm
out
gonna
well.
scene
Yeah,
change
yeah.
for you guys real quick.
Our
Who's
next,
that?
at
Squirt.
the end-
Squirt who? Squirt is P. You dumb rednecks.
Right about now, you are listening to the incredible.
A mediocre time with Tom and Dan, who kindly remind you that squirt is P.
almost like smooth jazz. Not really like lo-fi.
All right.
Britney Spears got a DUI. She had a black convertible swerving all over the road. The cop that was on the scene, he called into dispatch and said, "We're gonna need more backup, 'cause this lady's crazy."
He did call in. He said we need more cars.
Well, also, if you're...
And I hope she was doing sweeping swerves. I hope they were like big loopy doopies.
Imagine how bizarre it is. Like,
You
especially
pull over Britney Spears. I bet you don't recognize her.
not at 1st. You would never,
No.
you would never in a million years think it would be Britney Spears. But
What are you doing here? Where's your conservator?
But then you get a driver's license. It's Britney Spears. You're like, holy shit! Like you may recognize her after a second too.
Well,
like,
you probably think this is bullshit,
you're-
like one of those Elvis licenses from Graceland, right? You probably think
Yeah,
it's
yeah,
bullshit.
yeah.
You're like, Britney Spears, what the fuck?
yeah, it's a crazy person. Yeah, and then you.
But it is a crazy person.
yeah, I don't get both. can be
That's
true.
you pull the mask off, another mask.
Well, let's talk about that.
You wanna talk about it?
Yeah, let's.
All
We'll talk
right, here we go. Bring us back. 8 minutes. 3, 2.
Welcome back to A Corporate Time. So me and Daniel on the break, we're talking about Britney Spears getting arrested for DUI.
Okay, can I say something? I didn't want her to get a DUI. The dancing and her boobies falling out and all of that, I shouldn't have said I didn't want her doing that, because I feel like saying that we didn't want her doing that led her to get in a car drunk.
Well,
We should have just
Hold
let her
on.
dance,
Let's-
because she's safer dancing than she is drinking and driving. We can all agree.
let's put on our Mo DeWitt hats here. She was arrested for suspected DUI. If she never took
She did. She blew a .06.
No, yeah,
but it's still
guilty.
.02 lower than I think the legal limit. So I don't necessarily. They might throw it out. I'm gathering little bits and pieces here and there.
So what? Okay, so she blew under the limit.
I think so. Yes.
But even if you do that and you have some, you still can be arrested if
For swerving and driving.
because
impaired.
because
Yes.
if the evidence of you driving, swerving, and like the your driving itself can be evidence to you driving while intoxicated, even if you were below the legal limit breathalyzer.
Yeah, this
Okay.
one's gone too. The one that it originally said like a .06 is gone now. She was taken to a hospital immediately after she was pulled over. California Highway Patrol officers transported her to the hospital to draw blood. They wanted to figure out how much alcohol she had in her body.
And maybe if you, this would be an interesting question for Mo. We'll talk to him about it. But if you're under the legal limit and you blow, but your driving is obviously erratic, and then
It was above the legal limit.
Oh, it was?
supposedly.
Okay,
Yeah,
all right,
she
yeah.
may be screwed.
yeah. Well,
Might be the best thing for her, though, to get this DUI.
Yeah,
Get
you take
somebody-
your license away. You pay the fine.
At least she can't kill herself or anybody else. I mean,
Yeah,
I think I don't think anybody can. No one can disagree with she shouldn't have been doing that.
Yeah.
That's done.
Yeah. And then maybe this will cause some people to look in the situation she's living in and say, like, oh, are
Can you
good?
do a half conservator? You don't have to go full,
Yeah.
right? You can still look. You get the house. You get to come and go as you please within reason. You have somebody to help you there. You get to see your kids and have a good relationship with them. You can still dance and do your videos. All of that's fair. You can do all of that. But hey, the drinking and no more alcohol for you because you are on some medication because you're crazy, and you can't drive. But everything else is fair game. You can do whatever you want. Spend your money, buy stuff, have it shipped to the house, do whatever you want. But we can't have you driving drunk and drinking alcohol.
Okay, well, that's called the regular Florida dad. That's how,
that bad, though?
Well,
Do
that's how we
people
all
villainize
live.
that?
That's how we all live. It's like you can't, don't drink and drive. Just do whatever else you were like. Okay, I'll drink and drive sometimes.
I want to know what she was. I mean, like the curiosity in me. I want to know where she was going, because this is weird, right? Like I think all of us that watch her and have settled into the normalization of the Britney Spears plight, which is you open up Instagram, she pops up because it's getting a lot of heat in the algorithm. So of course it gets pushed to you because
Yeah.
it's popular. It's her half naked, ass out. She's in her living room. It looks like Saddam Hussein's palace. It's gaudy, gold everywhere and rugs. She's doing swirly darlies everywhere and dancing like a wild person.
Mascara's all running down.
Yeah, her hair looks like one long yellow rope that just sticks out of her head, and she's just whipping it around and just acting crazy. The comments have been turned off. We watch that, and we're like, all right, still at it. Then we go right back to Applebee's for lunch. We go back to her job, right?
I didn't think she was driving.
Me neither. That's what my point is. I thought she was just in her house doing her thing,
and then
that
she goes
she had
somewhere.
people take care of.
Yeah. And obviously her caretakers either weren't watching her at this time.
Do you want a conspiracy theory?
Or there was no caretakers and we were wrong the whole time and she was kind of doing her own thing.
Let's go with the conspiracy theory.
Didn't she have a boyfriend or something?
She she divorced a guy in 2024, I believe.
Yeah, and then there's always
had a
random
guy,
dudes hanging around, you know.
Yeah.
Now,
Joe from Fairvilla and I were talking about this, and she's the only other person to say this that I've heard of other than me. What are the odds that on Monday of this week we would have Justin Timberlake sue to lock down a video of his DUI arrest so we can't see it as the human public? And Britney Spears on the following Wednesday would get a DUI. Joe seems to think that it is Britney's way of showing the world she is still in love with Justin Timberlake. And I'm sure there are thousands of other people that believe the same thing. Right?
Yeah, because the coincidence is too much for people to handle. And they're like, this can't be a coincidence.
Okay, from the chat room, her father is the devil and she is an angel. Well, how so? Do angels drive drunk? I would say no. They don't do that. That's just a simple argument.
Unless they want to create other angels.
That's true. I mean,
but yeah, so now speaking of the video, this will be the most sought after piece of body cam footage that TMZ has ever wanted.
You're in the conspiracy. What was going to be the most important piece of video up till this point? Justin Timberlake's DUI video.
But was it?
She took the bullet for him. She saved Justin Timberlake because she still loves him.
First, Justin Timberlake's video probably will still come out at this. It is a distraction, but
I've never seen people thirst after something more. People were like, "Release it, F that guy. He is fallen."
Yeah. And also, everybody wants to see the Britney Spears body cam footage more than Justin Timberlake. I know I could envision what the Justin Timberlake one looks like.
I really don't want to see the Britney one because I know it's going to be sad. It's not going to be fun. It's not going to be. If anybody thinks it's going to be a funny watch, you are wrong.
No, yeah. But I think curiosity, people want to know, was she answering the officer's questions?
Of course she was. I want to see Justin's because he was acting the fool. Anybody that's willing to sue to block it did something they shouldn't have done in the video.
Or they just don't want that bad PR.
Yeah, but the Streisand effect would say, and you need to rule your life by the Streisand effect, that the more attention you give to it, the more attention it's by 1,000-fold.
Yeah, you're right.
So by you suing to stop it, you have just put it as the bullseye. Well, until Britney came along.
Everybody wants to see it.
You were the Tuesday morning bullseye. Everybody I know that hates Justin Timberlake had it on their Facebook page.
Yeah.
Like, get him, get his video.
Yeah.
And his may be sort of funny because he might be like, you know who I am? What if he starts doing a bye dance in the middle of it? That would be hilarious. But Britney's, that's not going to be a fun watch, guys. Be careful what you go and watch. Well, that's going to be sad.
She also has nothing to lose, per se, because her reputation is not good, obviously. And she's not performing anymore, and she's not marketing any products. Like Justin Timberlake is still working, still performing, still touring, still marketing products. You know what I'm saying? So,
still acting.
His PR,
he's doing his thing.
His PR definitely matters more than hers. Like, I don't know how much lower Britney Spears' reputation and personal brand could get, but this is probably the basement of it, right? After a DUI, it's like, and then. A bunch, the people that defended her.
Well, this is the end for Free Britney, I think. I think the DUI ended the whole, the idea, the concept, which was fake to begin with, by the way. The idea that this woman, no offense to anybody, but the idea that she can do all of this on her own, really? That's what you thought?
Well, you know what? I mean, DUI doesn't necessarily mean that
You haven't seen the videos
You're
where
not.
she's talking like a British pirate?
No, yeah.
And then you guys thought this is okay?
The dancing is worse than the DUI. Like, the DUI, I think all of our listeners.
The DUI is just a culmination of the dancing.
Everybody I know, let's just be honest here, and everyone listening to this can all look ourselves in the mirror and be like, you know what, I can understand someone getting a DUI. Like like you shouldn't do it, but I'm also like I could see
It's on brand for the dancing.
But well, not even known. But I'm saying personally, everybody can personally say to themselves like, I could have been victim to a DUI, but I got away with it. You know, like most of everybody I know has driven drunk one time or another, or buzzed or whatever, or maybe
They're lying about not doing it.
yeah. Oh, yeah. And there's some people that haven't, but I'm just saying the majority of people I know and our listeners have. And so I think, they are more sympathetic to a DUI. And I think most people are in the United States than not. Although, again, two things can be true. You can be sympathetic to it and also say, like, you shouldn't do it. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, yeah. And I think that's where most people land. They're like, God, you shouldn't have done it. But I'm also like, a good thing you didn't hurt anybody, or, it could have happened to me. So out of all crimes, the DUI is almost the most forgived and serious
at the same time.
Yeah. Which is weird.
I think you are correct.
So like
it also can be harmless and catastrophic at the same time.
Yes, yeah, 100%.
You can have one that kills a busload of people. And you can have one that literally you did it 18 times during the same week and you were fine and nothing happened to you.
Yeah. Well, that's vehicular homicide or whatever. Like, what I'm saying? It's like, or you're driving down a deserted road and you get popped. It's like
right.
So, but anyway, we'll see what happens. For sure, everybody wants to see the footage, and we're going to see it.
Oh, here's more breaking news. It's pouring out because this is the biggest. I do feel bad for her because this isn't the direction you needed to fix it. I mean, this probably will fix it, but this is going to get real bad. TMZ is reporting that a unknown substance was found during the DUI arrest in her car.
Okay. Well, that can be
They
anything.
don't normally start reporting that, though, if it's, she just had some Tic Tacs laying in it. You see what I'm saying?
What's that?
TMZ is not known for,
Yeah.
I used to think that, but TMZ normally is pretty careful, and when they get something right, they normally get something right.
Was she ever into drugs?
Yes.
Okay.
In the Kevin Federline book, there are multiple times where he talks about
what kind of drugs?
Her cocaine.
Cocaine. All right. Yeah. Some upper. Yeah. That's like
I wasn't there. I don't know her, man. I'm not saying she's a drug addict. I'm just saying this is not looking.
Yeah.
Good.
All right. We'll see. I'm sure more will come out, and we'll see you next week. Perfect.
All right. What are we doing now?
Well.
Go.
Go!
Call Colette. Get her back in here.
More.
Love Thy Neighbor 6 more shows back to back. How's your marriage? Doesn't fucking matter. No time. Call her. You're on the air. I want to get a divorce. Good. Call her. You're on the air.
Next call. It was just over and over. It's like, what?
Bring in the Russians. A dog chase. Don't put the camera on the dog. The dog jumps to the hoop. Okay, fucking get going. Jordan Foley, get in here. Play a fucking country song. Ultimate entertainment at all times. I haven't even healed my hip yet. I haven't even healed my hip. I can't even walk.
The listener's like, I don't really want this.
We don't have time, Tom and Dan.
Don't care. Go.
We don't have to. We're Tom and Dan. We don't give a fuck if you can listen to all of our shit. We're giving it to you.
Yeah, and we don't even have time to do it. But we're giving it to you.
I think we found a great ad campaign. All right, if you want to do something, I'm leaving it on right now while I save this. We can talk it out. Let's talk it out.
Let me look. Okay, so we need
a
talk it out.
Oh, that's funny. That was very funny. Anybody into Animal Crossing? My daughter and I, after the new Nintendo update, have gotten way back into Animal Crossing. And it's very calming and fun because she doesn't get a lot of like calming and fun time. So she will, when she's done with dance, she'll load up the Animal Crossing island and we'll organize some shit. and it's fun. Really, really fun. So if any of you guys are into it, let me know. We'll swap some stuff.
All right, let's do a segment. And I don't even know what we're going to do it on.
I got some stuff. I got a couple of things shelved that I haven't even talked to you about.
So and let's do a segment for the AMT for spring break. We already have an hour done, but we could do segment number 4. So we got segment 2 done. I'm sorry, number 4, number 3.
I'm not listening to your numbers just because I'll
No,
get
yeah,
confused.
yeah, I'll tell you,
So
I'll
you
tell
talk
you.
it out.
So
I'm avoiding those.
we'll do a segment for AMT. I was thinking about doing a segment for BDM, but I'm thinking the Michael Neal for next Tuesday where
Yes.
he goes over our ancestry.
Yeah, that's gonna be
I
big.
think that we'll do that for a BDM show.
How much time have we shelved for that?
We have half an hour or whatever. We could do half the BDM show. Then the
Okay.
next day on Wednesday, we have another time to do a little bit more of something else, and then we'll use that day. But this we could do segment 3 of AMT and just do some random stuff. So I'll just say welcome back to a mediocre time.
Yep, and
then-
I got something to start with. I think. Let me find that. Yep, and then I got a little something to ease into there, and then I have something else I wrote in here. Hold on, let me see. Oh, okay, I got one. I got 2 things actually.
Okay, cool.
One will be an easy one, and the other one's got more legs that you'll like because it's
Okay.
a scam
Okay, perfect.
that I found on Reddit. Yep. You probably have a story about lack of security. I'm just planting seeds. Or when you had access to something and how long, and then they revoke the access of your credentials, but you keep going because nobody knows shit. Frog and Molly. Oh my God, I hope you feel better. That sucks. I'm all about anti-pain. If you want to email me, I'll give you my island number or whatever. And Maisie would love it if we could start swapping with some people. I don't know if anybody in the BDM group plays Animal Crossing still, but it's fun. Oh, jokes for dogs. Yes, Ryan, I do remember that. That was still, to this day, it's still one of my favorite pranks we ever played on anybody. I got Russ with a couple of really good ones. That one, you'd have to tell me which one you think is better. That one or the one, and I wouldn't bring it up when she's in tomorrow just because of the history, but I once told at a Johnny Wright party, it was a luau, and I told him that it was a Western party and he should dress like a cowboy. And he and Savannah showed up in full badass, like chaps, hats, the whole night, and they were the only 2 people at the party dressed like cowboys. And I'm still proud of that. That's
a
one of
funny
the
joke.
greatest pranks I've ever
Yeah,
done.
yeah, that's a good one.
It was he was very angry at me. Very, very angry at
But
me.
it's also it's funny for everybody at the party too, because they're like, why are these people dressed like cowboys? And then that person, because
Savannah was cool about it, but,
Yeah.
you know,
but you could,
she was drinking then, too. She wasn't a sober business person like she is now.
you could, everybody could laugh at that one because,
All right. You ready, buddy?
yep.
I'll start. Is this a coming back?
This is coming back and this is a mediocre time.
Okay, here we go. Welcome back to a mediocre time with Tom and Dan.
So, what do you got, Daniel?
Do you remember and this may be before you got to Orlando, but there was a time when it was exciting as a human to see grandiose and impressive billboards.
Okay, I'll tell you. I moved to Orlando to go to UCF in the summer of 2000.
Okay, so I think you missed this iconic Orlando billboard, the Orlando Sentinel, that I actually do subscribe to because they got me at Tools Ace Hardware. Same thing the way they got you.
Okay.
I paid for a physical membership, but I got a digital, so I'm using the digital. They did a retrospective on, and I think it may be 50 years, on the iconic Universal Studios E.T. billboard.
Okay, I remember this billboard, the one where his long doo-doo finger sticking out.
E.T. billboard. Yeah, I'm going to try and find pictures of this. Yeah, he had his finger on the billboard. What's interesting about the E.T. billboard is that when they were building it, like, I don't even know how to describe this. I don't know if this makes me just standard Florida hillbilly bumpkin. But you were like, what the hell? They made a billboard with E.T. His fingers there and his eyes move back and forth. And then every once in a while, the finger would light up. And it was the coolest thing you would ever see, dude. There was nothing cooler than that.
So,
Like, it was an iconic one. And I think they had a Jaws one, too. But it almost became like a thing where if you saw it, you got chemicals in your body, man. This is a different time. Like, I don't know how to even describe how simple of a people we were. But you'd see this billboard and you'd be like, oh, my God, that's all it took to think, I got to go to Universal Studios.
Yeah.
You didn't need to know about the rides. You didn't need nothing. They was ride the movies. Oh, E.T. is their finger lights up. They spent money on that billboard. This place is quality, right?
Yeah. Because billboards, are always the standard square, and anything outside of that.
Yes.
Like,
and I'm a sucker.
Even the Ron Johns half. And then
I'm
half
a sucker. I'm a sucker for the one that looks like, oh, what happened to that billboard? Somebody broke it. Oh, joke's on you. We broke it. We broke our own billboard, Ron John.
Oh, 3 miles down, not the other half.
Yeah. Or like, south of the border.
Yep, south of the border.
Where they're like, Pedro says, and there's 100 different. I don't know why, but here's what I do know. These are as good as dead. The billboard, driverless cars don't care about billboards.
Yeah, that
people that don't own cars, the billboard. So that's done, right? The idea of the grandiose, where they throw money at the billboard, that's all gone.
Well, I'll tell you what did happen. The audience that sees them has been drastically cut below half, and I'll explain.
Yeah, please.
Because my sons, when we're on road trips, do not look out the window anymore.
Right.
And sometimes Tommy will, he'll get...
Dude, that is an excellent observation that I did not think of.
Every kid and every passenger is looking at their phone or device, because to pass the time. And there used to be a time where you were forced to look out the window and you saw a lot more billboards. A lot more passengers in a car were exposed to billboards than they are now. It has to be true, right?
Yeah.
And
definitely.
And so...
I mean, hell, I'm even on my phone in the car if my wife's driving.
Well, yeah. Or you're not driving.
Right.
The car's driving.
That I do kind of look around. That it's interesting that the driverless car.
Maybe you look around more.
It makes me look around more. There's a psychology of having more. I think it's because there's less decision fatigue. Like, I'm not really doing much other than monitoring and make sure it's safe.
But you're probably still looking at your phone or something.
No, I don't look at my phone.
No?
I really don't look at my phone in my car. I've had too many close calls. That's a personal thing for me.
But even as driving yourself?
It'll flag you. Like, it knows when you have something in your hand. You can't do that.
Okay.
It's one of the only times it knows. Yeah, I can have my hands in my lap. I can have my hands up. I can have my hands out.
What if you're looking down? Or
it's too hard to do. You can do that, but it's really hard to do it.
Like, I'll look at my phone when there's a cop next to me just to tempt.
That turns me on a little bit.
like a cop with you there, and then I'll even make eye contact with him.
You're like, I'm gonna test fate. Quick.
Yeah, and then I'll just be looking at him like I'm committing a crime right in front of a cop.
You know what I do? I pull out a gun. Right. I just start waving it around real low. Not at him. I'm not an idiot, and I respect law enforcement, but I just wave it around. I'm in my floorboard just going crazy with it. It's unloaded.
Yeah, but it's funny. I remember the old E.T. billboard, and there's not many exciting billboards like
Tower of Terror is a good one where it looks like it's falling. That was a good billboard.
It was,
but they're gone now. They're dead.
There's nothing that catches my eye now. And the electronic billboards, to me, is a nothing. The fact that they change, I know everybody gets mad on everything's lost its value, but like the static billboard that is actually set in place and that has way more value than the digital billboard constantly changing a bunch of images, and almost to the point where when it changed, I don't even look at it.
We've even bought digital billboards.
Yeah.
Even when we were buying them, I was like, "This is a waste of money."
Yeah.
I am not made for digital billboards.
Yeah.
That's not my generation. I'm not a digital billboard guy.
They do kind of work at like Times Square, but I would make the argument that those are like installation pieces with like digital, and they do change, but it's more.
They're
I don't
more
know.
grandiose, dude.
Yeah,
like
yeah,
it's
yeah.
taking up half the side of a building.
Yeah.
That's different.
Yeah.
That is
Yeah,
different.
Yeah.
But I don't know. It's just like sometimes I think of little things like that, and then when I saw that article in the Orlando Sentinel, it was like, oh God, I remember how big. Like that was an iconic billboard. It would be interesting to think or figure out the numbers of how much Universal paid to have that built, how long did it take, and if they could drill down and attribute how many people came because of that billboard.
Yeah.
How many
right.
impressions?
Yeah.
Probably more than any other billboard that we've had in Orlando.
Well, the fact that we're even talking about it means that it worked. But again, it's so hard to quantify those things, and I think most companies don't get down that much. Like where they can look back and actually have numbers to that billboard.
Yeah.
They know how many people pass by it. I mean, that gets sold in like, there's records of how many people on I-4 go, a day. And it's a lot. It's crazy amount of people exposed.
It's a ton.
And what's funny is that we talk so much about like billboards and buses and stuff. Still to this day, the fact that we had our branding on a bus resonates with people. And people still mention that like when you guys had the bus, like that
made me believe in you. I don't believe in you now. Is that what they say?
No, they were just like that.
I believed in your cause then.
Like,
what happened to you? Where's Daniel? Is he dead?
The bus thing. Now, when I say there's still people, like it's been dozens.
Yes, Brown.
So, like for the amount we paid, we were paying $1,000 a month.
So you paid $1,000 a month for 12 people to tell you that they believe in you?
Yeah, and we did it for over a year. So it's $12,000 a month, like $1,000 per person. We paid $1,000 per person to listen to the show. But
let me give you a scam real quick. This is unrelated. Let's clean the palate, but I know you love a good.
I love scams.
I know you love a good scam. So there's a guy on Reddit. I don't know how I found this group, but I'm in this group that sort of has to do with like long cons or having to do with like long scams or something. And there's a guy in there, and I'll preface it just to get us to the meat of the tale. But he gets a job as a security guard at an arena, no different than, let's say, our Kia Center here in Orlando, a home of our beloved Orlando Magic. So
the standard yellow shirt, big security and block letters
he's
on
a
your
security
back.
guy. Exactly that. He's the yellow guy with the security shirt. He passed the background check and everything. So he does the job for a couple of weeks. He notices that they've hired. So the pool of people that they're pulling from, it's seemingly getting less and less for him to the point where they're not calling him as much as he thought, and he's forced to get another job.
Okay.
But he still has credentials. He still has his uniform. He still has his badge, and he also still passed the background check there. So really, other than just not being scheduled, he's just not really an employee there anymore. He actively could be if called, but he's not.
Yeah.
So he says, and now I know what group it is. It's in the I Have to Admit Something group, which, by the way, is a great group on Reddit.
Okay. So there's a group on Reddit that just admits like secrets.
It's like
anonymously.
I mean, I guess. I mean, like my Reddit's not anonymous, but I'm sure that most people's are because they say some pretty nasty stuff on there.
Yeah. Okay.
And people don't want to get
because you can make any profile or any name.
Yeah, you just take in a generic one. So he goes on to say, he's like, I have to tell you something. He's like, I've been. Like maybe 6 weeks ago, Sabrina Carpenter was playing. She had a concert, and I really wanted to go. I like Sabrina Carpenter. Tickets are super expensive. It dawned on me that I have my security outfit, and I'm still a registered, like I'm in the system.
Yeah. So my badge works and all that. Yeah.
So he goes down there. And he says, I go through the security entrance, and he details it. He's like, when you go through the security entrance, you just sort of wave to people. No person other than security is going through the security entrance.
Yeah.
And he says this. He says, so they don't even check anything. They don't even check his badge. They're not checking ID. He's just going in the security entrance.
Oh, yeah. That's called the Tom Van.
So he goes in.
If you were dressed in the costume, I'm letting you in.
He puts he's not dressed yet. He just goes in the security entrance.
Okay.
He's not dressed in his security outfit. Goes in, puts on his security outfit because you carry it in. That's no different than what a real security guard would do. I don't think you wear it in and out.
Yeah, so
for
doing his
safety.
normal
for safety.
Yeah, day to day.
Yeah, so he goes in the entrance, puts on his security. He says he walks down to the main floor. He waited 10 minutes till the concert started. The opener's on. He walks down. The other security people, as he walks down, see him. They don't even look up because they see his yellow shirt or his jersey. So he just kind of goes down. He said he went down. He found an area there was no security at, and he stood down there and he enjoyed the entire concert.
Okay.
Then he goes on to say, since that Sabrina concert 6 weeks ago, I've been to 8 different, I won't say what NBA team because I don't want to bust this guy out, but he's been to 8 different NBA games.
Okay, all right.
He's been to 3 other concerts. I believe one of them was, it was a big one. It was like real big, like Andrew Bocelli.
Okay,
like a ticket you would spend like $600 for to see like the blind tenor sing.
Yeah.
Like a big boy ticket. And then he goes through his list and he's like, I'm thinking about going the next step, which is to go, because he's like, I haven't been working my other job as much. You know, I'm kind of down on my luck. He's like, I'm thinking about going to catering. I'm going to go there early, and then I'm going to load up on some food and smuggle some of that out. And he's like, his question is, am I getting too greedy?
Okay, so.
And I know the man to take this tale to. I know a guy that happens to be my business partner that loves good scams. I contend, when I was reading this gave me nothing but good feelings. I was like, oh, this guy's killing it. You're killing it. That scares me when you go one step further. It scares me.
So on one aspect of this, I think we could all look at this and be like, well, he's not really hurting anybody per se because he's not taking a seat. He's standing up.
He's not taking a seat from someone who paid, no.
Technically, he's adding to
the security
ambiance, right? Because he's dressed as a security guard. He is actually a security guard.
You are Better Call Saul. You're Saul.
He's just not working. He's not getting paid for this. So essentially, he's doing this for free, and his payment is watching the show he wants.
Okay.
Right. So you can make the argument that the venue is a little bit safer. He's not taking away from anybody. Technically, you could say, like, if you were Sabrina Carpenter's lawyer, he is enjoying the show without paying ticket, so he's stealing from her.
Well, he could cause harm if he wanted to. He snuck in. He's a domestic terrorist in mine.
Well, but he's actually a security guard that works there and normally does events. He's just not working that night. So,
and he also said that he knew some of the people working.
Yeah,
he knew them, but they're not ratting him out because he's been doing it.
Yeah, so it's like...
What do you think about one step further to catering, though?
So now you're pushing the limits. Now, you're already... Now, what's weird about this is that you would think this would go on everywhere in all arenas.
Well, that was my next question. I had it written in my phone.
And it probably is.
And I think it does.
Yeah.
No, I absolutely... And I am not bringing this up to bust anybody at our Kia Center, and hopefully I don't get you into trouble. But I guarantee you this is happening right here in our city. Guaranteed.
And it may be... Even like the people turn a blind eye because think about it. If I'm the head of security, right, and then I have to schedule security guards for every event, right, and say some of the security guards are like, hey, I'm not working that night, but I'll go stand at this post to watch the show. Like now, technically, because they're not working, like I can't. Like legally you can't have someone work for free. Like obviously that's against the law.
Correct.
But I can see as a boss being like, no harm, no foul. What is it hurting?
I think most bosses would say no to that, though.
Yeah, because you don't want
there's
them.
Some protocol there that they don't like.
Of course. Now there's security. Like if you're the head of security, you know that is against security protocol, having someone that's not technically on the books working. Now, that person, though, went through all the background checks, is a trained security guard.
The part I love is that he has the
normally.
training, he passed the test, and he passed the background check.
He's just doing an event that he's not scheduled for.
Yeah.
So, essentially...
I mean, I could argue that he's just confused.
Yeah.
He doesn't know where he's at. He doesn't know he doesn't still work there.
It's like you are adding to the safety of all these people that are here by just standing at a post or standing somewhere because people see a security guard. Like, that's a lot of...
It's a deterrent.
a lot. Like that's why events pay for off-duty cops to just sit there in their cars.
That's why I have a safe touch sign outside of my house.
Yeah. It's just all a deterrent. Like
Yeah.
like someone's less likely to cause a problem if they see cops or security guards around. You know what I'm saying? So like it does like why do you think cops park an abandoned car on the median at
That doesn't work for me.
436, you know. By the way, when I see him parked there, I know it's no one's in there.
You know what? Exactly. You know what I do now when I see a car parked in the median? I speed up because I'm like, nah.
Yeah. But you do push your luck, and it does remind me of a story of they just caught a guy that had been traveling the country and figured out some sort of credit card hack where he could use like a chipped credit card and it would pay for the exact amount of any purchase that he was doing. And he was just like a nomad kind of. He traveled the country and had this credit card.
It's almost like a hackable magic card.
And it worked for some insane amount of time, like 17 years or something. Like it was and they finally caught him. And but it had been like he'd been doing this for so long that I'm sure the guy, I mean, after 5 years, you're like, I'll never be caught. Like, because I'm keep moving around and there's no pattern to it, like there's no way to catch me. And eventually, after 17 years, they caught him. But so this could
Leave
work.
him alone.
Now, the problem is once they catch you, a lot of times they're able to reverse engineer how much money you stole. So,
I mean, that nobody talked about that. What's interesting is, okay, so to give you the short of the long on the thread, most people were like, hell no, do not go to catering. And you want to know why? And I thought they gave a pretty decent answer about this. Anything else that you're doing, like whether you're going through security or let's say you're in the concert, Sabrina Carpenter's on stage singing.
Yeah.
Everything is dark, harder to see you. When you are in a lunchroom or wherever eating, if you're in catering, you are slowing down and sitting down and taking a moment. And they're like, if there was ever a time when you were going to get eagle-eyed by somebody, it would be grabbing a hot dog and sitting down to enjoy it when they don't know you're there. Because they're letting their guard down. Every other time, they're kind of busy. This is when they're literally not busy. And people were like, please don't do, you're going to ruin your hookup. I don't know what he said. I'm sure he'll reply maybe later tonight with what he's going to do. But he was dead set on, look, I don't have a lot of money. I'm going in and I'm getting food.
And you could probably get away with it. Now, the problem is, though, eventually someone's going to ask a question and someone's going to find you. It's like that. Remember I told you about that documentary about an artist that built an apartment in a mall.
Oh, yeah.
And he got away with it for years and no one ever went. And then finally some new security guards decided one day randomly to just explore like the back rooms of the mall, like just because there were two stoner security guards that were like, hey, what's back here? And they were and then they stumbled upon it because eventually someone's going to stumble upon it. Like, so eventually you could do this probably 100 times, get 100 free meals.
So too many people to be random almost.
And yes. And
because the earth is there's only a finite amount of space.
And eventually you're going to be eating and someone's going to be like, wait a minute.
What's your name?
Yeah, are you on duty tonight? Yeah, you're working. Like someone's gonna recognize you. Someone's gonna.
What stairwell are you working tonight?
And
And then you grab your hot dog. I have diarrhea, and you run out the back.
Now there is another chance that just generally the security guards at arenas don't care that much, and even the bosses and everybody's not gonna care, and maybe you get away with this for life because we don't hear about the people that get away with it for life. And that happens all the time.
Yeah.
So we only hear about the people that get caught.
What about the people that stop doing it? Because they're like, well, I did that. I don't want to get caught, so I'm putting it to bed.
I met a guy in an old radio cruise.
I remember this.
This is
eerie.
That told me he robbed a bank one time, and I believed him. He's like, I was young, I need money. I did the old note thing.
It was also the most stone cold person I've ever talked to in my life.
And he's like, I did the note, and I don't know how much money he said. It wasn't that much. It was like $8,000 to $12,000.
Yeah, I want to say it was just over $10,000 or so.
And then it was
enough to change your life at the time.
Yeah. And then he's like, he got away with it, and it was like 20 25 years ago. Obviously, there's no statute limitations with bank robberies. So he was like, but I think he just realized after this many years.
Tell you, drunkie. He had to get it off his chest.
Or it's a lie. It could have been lie, but it seemed to be true. And I bet that's happened lots of times before, too. Like, there's lots of scams that people have done and never got caught. And there's lots of scams that people have done and then quit in the middle of it and never got caught. And like, or just did it till their dying day and never got caught.
Yeah.
You know, we just hear about the people that got caught. And that's usually what deters anybody from doing this is like, you're like, I'll never really get caught. But sometimes you don't.
Okay, here's the one I want. I'll put this out there into the universe. I want the scam beyond death. What I mean by that is I want the guy that, like, he worked at I don't know, some big corporation. He went in, he changed it so they'll be paying him like $100 every month and it'll be sent to his house. He dies, but that money's still getting scammed.
Yeah.
And it's still coming to, I like those. I like the ones that were like, oh, sorry, it was set in motion. This guy did it. Can't be stopped.
Yeah. It's like the old Office Space where you round the penny to an account and there's so many transactions you're able to embezzle an insane amount of money. And there's probably lots of, it's like the old, radio station cell phone. It just gets forgotten. And then it's on.
Well, I had one of those in mine. I mean, we talked about your cell phone. You had it for forever. You're able to use it with like not paying for it for years. I had a 50% off. It's the best thing I ever had. A 50% off Hooters card.
Oh yeah, there was a Wing House, right? Was it?
Well,
Hooters?
I did have a Wing House, but
yeah,
the
the
Hooters
Hooters.
was 50%
Yeah,
off, and that was on booze.
Yeah.
And,
Everything, right? Your whole bill.
And this was a orange card that had my name printed on it with a date. And it supposedly never expired, which was a lie because it did expire. But it and it was like 50% off anything at Hooters. It was like the most magical card that you could have.
Yeah.
For Hooters, and I used it crazy, and then one day it just stopped because they were just like, we can't do this. We're losing so much money. Do it. But it was so awesome. It was such an awesome thing to have. It was so rare to have it that people like I would show it, and managers would be like, "How did the hell did you get that?"
Yeah, it was like an urban legend in the Hooters community.
Like they would talk to me, they're like, "Oh, so your parents are big in the Hooters Corp?" I'm like, "No, I'm just some strippers brought this to the radio station. I stole one from the room on the way out because I'm a poor intern or something." Like I had it for years.
Yeah.
I think I used it for like no BS. I used it for like 10 years.
Yeah.
And then one day it just stopped working.
I love, and it's hard to explain how much I love like falling between the cracks.
Oh, Einstein Bagels.
And
that's still one of my favorite stories of all time.
Yeah, well, that was I'm getting screwed because I'm still reading the commercials. No one's been paying for it for 8 months. But it's just like flying under the radar, like being a piece of dust, like just like being some number that just gets overlooked and like taking advantage of a giant corporation. Like to me, I love it because like this, it's almost like eating the crumbs of a king. Like, it was like
they're pretty decent.
Yeah, technically it's his crumbs. I shouldn't be eating them, but
he doesn't care about
Yeah, it's crumbs to him.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? Like, and then you're getting full off the crumbs of a king.
Yeah.
You know, so like, who's losing in this, or like who's getting taken advantage? No one really. But technically, under the letter of the law, you shouldn't be eating the king's crumbs, but you could do it for.
Sounds kind of gross. Eating the king's crumbs, right? It sounds weird.
Yeah. And there's a lot of this, especially in giant corporations. I've heard of like company gas cards like being forgotten about and people using them. My favorite story that my buddy Alex, when he worked for a company where he was a aviation engineer where he would radar gas tanks from commercial airlines, and then when you do that, the gas has to be emptied. So part of the service is emptying out the commercial airlines gas tanks, and it's like aviation fuel. And then you'd pay, like companies would pay you because you have to empty it and then dispose of it.
Yeah.
But instead of disposing of it, the company just kept it in their own containers, right? Legally and stuff, whatever. Because
that's what we're doing in Venezuela.
And then the company was like, hey, if you can find any cars, and it turns out like old ambulances will run off of aviation fuel.
I didn't know that.
So they made all their company cars old ambulances, and they told their employees like, hey, it was free fuel. If you want to drive around a car like an old diesel ambulance
Yeah,
or
you
whatever.
want to drive around a stinky ambulance? I got fuel
or
for days.
any old diesel motor will run off this aviation
A
fuel.
bunch of old Etzels out there.
Yeah, it'll smoke crazy, right? And he said it like they drive around these old ambulances as their like company vehicles, and he'd be smoking, but it's free fuel. So like,
What did they do? Was it weird to have ambulances everywhere?
Well, they didn't. They only had like 5 or 6 company cars or whatever, and then their employees would start to drive around old diesel because it was just free, unlimited
why
fuel.
not?
But it's like that little like loophole, and like it's like, hey, you have free fuel if you have like anything you want that it will work off this fuel, you can take it because we have plenty of it and we need to get rid of it.
Yeah.
Like in fact, it's better. They were urging people to like figure out a way to use it. So I love this stuff like that. It's like, and then like there's lots of like, people that use their companies, whatever, that they don't use. It's like
Okay, I got one.
like equipment. The equipment's a big thing. Like
I got one.
Okay.
I got one for you that I've been seeing lately. Look, I'm not here to start any wars. I'm not even going to say the name of this place because they do. They're a law firm here in town.
Okay.
There's a law firm here in town that my wife and I see a lot of. And they are one of these law firms that have a lot of vehicles.
Yeah.
And you see them in a lot of parades. But the vehicles are always wrapped with their logo. But they're unconventional, strange vehicles that, like, I don't think you would go and visit a client for a case in, right? There's, like, some, like, very high-end, like, Hummers or Jeeps that look crazy.
Okay. Yeah.
That are all wrapped up. Then there's a speedboat. There's like a fishing boat.
Okay,
The
yeah.
one that gets me is the fishing boat.
Okay.
It's a fishing boat, and then it has the law firm all over the fishing boat.
All right.
And I'm like, you did that so you could go fishing and ride off your fishing boat.
We'd have to ask an accountant if you could do that because I'm doing it if we can.
I'm telling you, there's no
But
other reason to do it because you never see it being pulled around or anything.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
you're not going to be out fishing and see it and go like, oh, that's who I'm calling. That's not a thing.
There may be something where if you put a wrap on your personal boat
It looks
that you can write off some sort of boat payment or boat insurance because it's a promotional vehicle. It could be like that.
Well, it smacks of that. When I see it, I'm like, well, that's just,
Yeah.
What are you doing?
Although a lot of things are not write-offs like we think, like, the going to lunch, you can write off everything, and like that, they got rid of that a long time ago.
If you have an accountant that's willing to bend rules, anything's a write-off. But if you have a by-the-book person, nothing is a write-off.
Well, also, you're only in trouble if you get audited, which is there's a percentage chance. Like, and then you start to learn that, you start living your life with only math and statistics. You're like, oh, what is the chance of getting audited? And then when you actually ask ChatGPT, and it's a surprisingly low chance. And you're like, man, I'm doing all this for a 5% chance. Like there's a 95% chance I'm getting away with it.
Yeah.
Like you start phrasing it like that. Look at everything like that. Look at cancer like that. Look at plane accidents and like all the things that people are scared of, and look at the chance of it not happening. And then it changes your perspective. You're like, oh, okay, well, there's a 95% chance of me not getting caught. That's pretty damn high. That's insanely high. That's to the
Make you
point.
feel good.
To the point where it was like, if you told me 95% chance of anything, I'll be like, I'm doing it. Right? Like 95, that's a gigantic. Anyway, all right, let's get out of here.
Yes, sir.
We'll see you on Monday's BDM show.
Did we need to do?
Yep, that's it. No.
Is that it?
Yeah, yeah. We just need to do a long enough segment to be segment number 4.
And this goes just to
Okay,
talk
yep,
it
yep.
out.
That is AMT March 20th. So 3:20.
Did we already have a segment for AMT? We had segment 2.
Yeah, segment 2. This is segment 3.
I'm just naming them 3. I'll put a date on it later. Okay, cool. Perfect. All right. I guess that's it, guys. Hey, thanks for hanging out with us. That was fun. Did a lot of good stuff today. I can't believe it's 2:30.
Yeah, we got everything.
Did you eat? Yeah, we ate. Right?
Yeah.
It's all blending together today. All right, guys. Thanks for hanging out with us.
Thanks, Rich.
Tomorrow we have Savannah.
Yeah.
That should be really fun. She's just fresh back from Jamaica.